Hi, this is Tim McGaffin II, and thanks for joining us on another episode of Champions Never Quit. As my guest on today's show, I have my super amazing and beautiful wife, Cheri McGaffin, and we did a video a few months ago about how Kangen Water was helping Cheri during the end of her pregnancy, and she gave birth to our son, Timothy John McGaffin III, on May 30th, and he's 3.5 months old now, and we wanted to do an update video on how Kangen Water helped Cheri after the birth. And Cheri gave birth to little Timmy III all naturally, at home, without any drugs, and we had a midwife. Some people might think that that's crazy, but also some people think that Kangen Water is crazy. And the truth is always going to seem crazy to those who don't understand it. And Cheri, this was your 5th pregnancy. You gave birth to 4 other beautiful children, Christian, Emily, Aubrey, and Haley. And this time, again, you did it all natural like you did the previous ones. But two things you're really concerned about was your afterbirth pains, and you were talking to me how concerned you were about what was going to happen there and how long it was going to take to recover from giving birth to Timmy III. But Cheri, go ahead and share your experience as far as, first of all, the afterbirth pains and how everything went with that.
Okay, well, with my previous 4, I had afterbirth pains. After I had them, with each child, it's really common that the afterbirth pains get more intense. And I had definitely experienced that. And so with each of my kids, my afterbirth pains were more intense, and they would last for longer periods of time before they were before I was recovered and feeling better. And so after I had Timmy, I felt almost no afterbirth pains, and it was amazing because I had talked to Tim a lot about that through my pregnancy and how worried I was about, experiencing worse afterbirth pains than I had, especially with my 4th, because they were really intense, and it's just not fun to go through that. And so I was just really worried about that. And so after I had Timmy, I had about 2 really strong contractions, and that was about the extent of my afterbirth pains. So I had, about 1 day of afterbirth pains, where with my other pregnancies, they would last at least a week. Every time I would nurse, they would just be really, really intense. So it was such a blessing that I had such mild afterbirth pains, and I know it's because I was on Kangen Water.
Thank you, Cheri. And what about your recovery time this time?
So my recovery time was a lot shorter. I feel like I just healed a lot quicker. It was a lot smoother, and I just felt a lot better, a lot faster.
Thank you. And as the husband and father of our family, it's really important to me that I do everything I can to make sure our family is as healthy as possible. And I was doing everything I could to make sure that this birth process for Cheri was the best it could possibly be. And it makes me feel really good that the Kangen Water did the things that we talked about. And I'm just so proud of you, Cheri. You are a true champion, because giving birth at home without any drugs, it's a very difficult thing to do. And the only way that you can do it is you have to be a champion, and you have to have faith in God. And so you are so strong and so beautiful, and I love you so much. And for anybody that's out there watching, Kangen Water is medical grade water, and the machine is a medical device in Japan and internationally. So do everything you can to do your research and figure out how amazing this water is, and get this machine for the health of you and your family. And it's going to absolutely be something that is going to benefit your family's health in such a dramatic way. Not just your physical health, but also your health monetarily and financially, because you cannot help but share the water with those that you love and care about, and you want them to be able to experience true health like you've experienced true health. And so the machine, it's not about how much it costs, it's about how much it's going to pay you. First of all, physically, but then second of all, financially. And Cheri, thank you again for being my guest on another episode of Champions Never Quit.
You're welcome.
And thanks for watching.